Hey guys, welcome back to your daily dose of Broodwar. Today we've got the NWSL, a show match here that was sent to me by Minerals. Got nOOB over here in the top left, Taengu in the bottom left. Let me quickly introduce the players here. We've got this ladder Terran here who consistently stays in the top 25 on ladder. Hasn't had a lot of tournament success, but is a fearsome ladder Terran that is constantly taking games off of some of the strongest players in the pro scene. Now, nOOB here is a bit of an amateur pro. He's been in the ASL several times, most recently ASL 8, ASL 10, and ASL 12. So he has had a few ASL runs, hasn't really made it past the early group stages, but has potential to do so in the future. And these two players have been helping out Minerals and the other organizers at NWSL, the New World Star League, to kind of balance these maps out and prepare for a huge tournament that's coming up soon, where they're going to be showcasing these maps with a lot of the best players in the Korean scene right now. And I'll show you guys a lineup here on the screen to get you guys hyped up for this tournament. It's going to be a great tournament. We've got some really cool maps. There's 3 new maps, or 4 new maps, and 4 new maps and 3 old maps, I'm pretty sure. This is one of those new maps. As you can see, it is pretty crazy. We've got the main base here, the natural here with some eggs, of course. Gotta have the eggs in these new maps. The natural is on high ground, main base on low ground, and then we've got this ramp here into kind of a pocket expansion, but it's actually an island. There's no ramp on this, so you have to drop something up there, and you can't just float a command center because there's that mineral. It's going to prevent you from landing anywhere up here. So a bit of an interesting starting setup here. I don't know what this really reminds me of. It's really new and interesting for sure. Now we've got the mineral only here in the front, and we've got, of course, Minerals in the middle with the double gas geyser. How much gas is in here? 2777. Haven't seen that before. That's interesting. I wonder what that's a reference to. Regular gas on this high ground, regular mineral patches as well. These are low money patches, or some of them are low money. Oh, that's interesting. 500 here, 2000, 1500 over in this location. That's that is, I don't know what the thought process is behind that. It's just kind of a funky base here in the middle, I guess. Gonna give you quite a bit of extra gas, but maybe not that many minerals if you end up taking that. Probably we won't see that in this match. Both these players have been playing on this map, though, as of late. They're both veterans on this map. They know pretty much how it's gonna go here, and they're just gonna be showcasing this for us today to give us a best of 3 series, so we have an idea of what TVP is gonna look like here. Let me just pull up the name of this map. It was Jungle Story 2. Jungle Story 2 is the name. So assuming that there was a Jungle Story 1, I have no idea what that was, but we're just gonna go ahead and assume that that was a thing. Gasless fast expand for Taengu. Got the barracks in the front and that bunker, of course. High ground bunker is very strong. I'm surprised he didn't put it a little closer to this high ground, but you actually can't. If you put your bunker right here, you cannot set up your dragoons with a concave here and the early range to do damage to the bunker, because you just can't see it. So that's a big advantage of having this high ground natural. As a result, we didn't go for that early range, instead getting into a much earlier robotics. We're just going for a observer here. No shuttle yet, but I'm assuming we'll get a shuttle so we can pop a probe up onto that high ground here pretty soon. No starport so far for Taengu. Instead, just going into double factory. That's the more standard play, but I feel like it would be a nice adaptation to go for a vulture drop, try to get some damage done, and then, you know, first thing, as soon as the dropship pops out, pop a SCV onto the high ground here and start to get that base. Looks like we've got another, actually, oh, sorry, this is the bottom right-hand quadrant. So this is a, what is this, 12 base map? 4 in each quadrant, yeah, 12, so 13 base map. No, 16, 17 base map. Okay, excuse me. I try to do math while you're casting, guys. Try to do math on the fly. It's not you're gonna be making some mistakes. Now, we do have the dragoons running up here on the high ground. Now, this is what I was talking about, preventing. Putting the bunker here, I feel like, would make it a lot easier to stop this from happening. You can sit here on the high ground and hit this bunker, so that's a little bit frustrating to deal with. Now that tanks are out, though, shouldn't take too much damage, and he got the repair in good time, so he's not going to lose anything here. Gonna pull out the SCV, or the Marines right as the tanks arrive, and the mine here at the back, forcing them to target that down. Mine connects here on one of these goons, and another mine could connect as he runs forward here. Gonna dive on top of the tank, but that's gonna be a high ground tank. You're not probably gonna be able to kill that, and all the dragoons go down. Wow, that was a nice maneuver from Taengu. You can see the experience in this matchup really showing through. Getting out here with some mines, trapping in these goons. I'm surprised we didn't have a observer actually supporting those dragoons, because he maybe could have ran away had he had that with his army. But that was a bit rough for Mr. nOOB. nOOB now with the Nexus here on high ground. Must have popped out a shuttle. Yeah, he's gonna have a Reaver here soon, but in a seriously disadvantageous position. We're gonna have a dropship coming out now. The Wraith is already out here, and that Wraith should be able to shut down this drop. He could actually come in to the main and try to kill that, but we do have dragoons popping out, so he's just gonna leave it back at home. Hopefully catch this shuttle as it's coming across the map here. And I just realized I still have the map uncovered. We'll go ahead and put that Fog of War back on. Here as the 2 Reavers in a shuttle come across the map. It's a pretty powerful force. You have to be prepared for this, and it looks like he's got all the preparations made here. 1 tank in the natural, 2 in the main, 2 more here, ready to move in case the shuttle comes in here. Looks like Wraith gonna come out and take a couple of pot shots on that, but now he's revealed the Wraith is present. We're not gonna see nOOB come around the bottom side or anything. Put that shuttle in danger. So just gonna back off for now. This base coming up. This is a very scary location to take. We need to see the Wraith come up here. The shuttle is making its way over towards this area. Wraith is out of position, but a drop coming into the main base. Looks like a few probes will end up going down. A mine connects, but actually kills the tank as well. I heard a scan there. Scanning to see what tech is available. It's just those few gateways, and of course, shuttle speed is coming up as well. This seems like a very droppable base. You could drop a tank here. Drop a couple of vultures on the high ground. Over here as well. It's going to be hard to get up here to actually shut that down with some goons. So there are a lot of locations that you could easily start to harass as a Terran player. I think you can definitely get in here as well. But with the Wraiths out, it's a little bit more difficult. Only 1 Wraith has been produced so far, and it doesn't look like he's producing any more, but looks like a big drop here gonna come in on this high ground. Getting some shots off with this tank, dealing some damage, but it looks like we're gonna be able to clear out the majority of the turrets. All the SCVs are gonna go down. He can't actually engage yet with the Wraith to pick off the... Oh no, the shuttle's already dead. but he would like to come over here and kill this these couple of Reavers with the Wraith if he could. Like, finally now going to bring some more tanks up here. 2 tanks were killed, quite a few SCVs, and this third base was slowed down by a lot. So a pretty successful drop there, but it did cost 2 Reavers and 3 shuttles, plus a bunch of Dragoons as well. So fairly expensive drop here to slow down this base. Now everything is going to be cleaned up here by this tank from long range. Can he actually hit this? Oh, I guess he can't. Oh, that's crazy. So that's just barely out of range here. That's going to be annoying for a little bit longer. But eventually we are going to have turrets up here in this ring around the base. And Taengu's going to be on 3 base. He's got a lot of factories. Putting on some more add-ons. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 factories already. Jesus. That's a lot of facts. Another shuttle coming through, but with the Wraith and the turret here, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to break this area. I like the setup with the turrets and the mines all around this spot, but nothing up here on the high ground just yet. Not even any SCVs. Where is the dropship? I think the dropship was killed. So he's actually gonna need to produce another dropship here soon, and look at that, carrier is on the way. Only 1, no, 3 carriers at the same time, so a big carrier transition here coming for nOOB. His army supply is not that big right now, and he's gone ahead and taken 4 bases, so he is stretched very, very thin trying to make this carrier transition. It's a big opportunity right now for Mr. Taengu to come across the map and deal some damage. He needs to get out here and do something. We've got nothing in the production right now. I was hoping that we were gonna see some Goliaths coming over. At least we're upgrading Charon boosters right now. That is a very long upgrade. I think it's the longest upgrade really out of any of the upgrades that are available. It's even longer than mind control, I think. But looks like a flank here coming from the right-hand side. You don't want to give up all your units right now, nOOB. Let this base go down and wait for the carriers to come. He still has to break up this natural. Going up high ground into the natural is going to be a little bit tough. And as soon as the carriers are out with their interceptors, it's going to be that much harder. We don't have any Goliaths on the field just yet. 7 are in production, though. Looks like he's finally figured this out. Trying to draw some mines. Not able to get the mine drag. That was really, really close to a massive explosion that could have killed a lot of these tanks and vultures. Now coming up towards this natural. He's going to start to mount this high ground. More units spewing out here. But, oh, God, this is amazing by nOOB. Cutting off the Goliaths here. There was 7 Goliaths going to pop out and head to the front line, but they've all been cut off by these few goons and zealots. And now the carriers here are going to be able to go to work, picking off a lot of these tanks. The vultures are going down as well. He's probably going to have to pull the probes out of here because there's just not enough goons to actually fight this number of vultures at the moment. Oh, looks like another mine going to connect. He needs a few more goons out here. Probes going down in the main base as well. This is a lot of damage, but, you know, this is fantastic for nOOB. Because he has stopped this push. He's killed and reset the tank count. And now he's got 4 carriers out on the map. He's killing all these vultures. Oh, man. That was an excellent, excellent transition for nOOB. I love the counterattack here. Just cutting off those Goliaths as they were popping out was incredibly important. Allowing the carriers to do their work from the sky. Another base coming up here in the top right for nOOB as he retakes this mineral only as well. He knows he can take some liberties right now because that tank count was reset. You're not going to be able to move out again for quite some time. And he's coming in here. This base is very, very easy to attack with carriers, and it's super difficult to defend with Goliaths. You're never going to get your Goliaths through this area and try to hit these carriers. It's basically impossible. You have to let this go. And Taengu's going to do just that. He's coming straight across the map here. He's going to push right over in towards the natural and try to force the carriers back just through the pressure of this attack. Now, trying to mount this high ground here. Tanks are in low enough number to where the Zealots and Goons can still fight, but their number is still very, very low. This is a great amount of carriers, though. We've got 6 carriers in this fleet. And these Goliaths are going to have a hard time of it fighting against this. Can he actually jump on any of these, or is he just going to keep shooting down interceptors? It looks like choosing just to shoot down interceptors here, at least for now. I don't see rallies coming forward just yet from Taengu. He needs to get more Goliaths up here. Tanks have been killed down to the very last one. Only one single tank remaining in this army, so Zealots and Dragoons are going to be key here to cleaning this up. Going after the last tank. The last tank goes down, and you can't really push against this without tanks. Goliaths are, of course, important, but without being able to fight that ground army, the Dragoons and Zealots are just going to be able to clean up these Goliaths without too much trouble, and it's looking like a nOOB victory right now, but I don't like to count Taengu out just yet. We do have this next base coming up here. He's still got the gas mining over at the 3rd. His main is starting to mine out. His natural, he needs to transfer these workers, man. These workers need to get to work. Dragoons here at the 4th base. Carriers now once again on the aggressive. The base in the top right has been shut down by some vultures, which is good, not allowing him to take any more liberties here on the map. But look at the carrier count now. This is crazy. We've got 8 carriers and 3 more on the way. We're not at risk of mining out just yet here. We are getting low in the natural, but we still got the 3rd. We're still going to be able to produce interceptors here for a little bit longer. This base has been held once again. We've got Observer here. Need to pick off that Observer. That Observer kill would be huge. Then the Dragoons can't walk forward. Okay, a second Observer comes up. That wouldn't have been that big of a deal, I guess. Tanks moving up to this high ground here. He's going to try and kill the Nexus before this army makes its way up to the top right, and he should be able to do it, but he's basically sacrificing his army here. Looks like he wants to run away with the Goliaths, try to just give up these 3 tanks, but the Zealots and Dragoons are just chasing this down. nOOB knows that he's going to lose that base, so he just wants to kill as many Goliaths as possible. Goliaths are running towards the bottom right as fast as they can, but a lot of them are dying. Big supply advantage right now for the Protoss player. Ton of carriers here, and 3 more. Did they pop out? Where are those carriers actually? Oh, there they are. 3 more carriers coming up to join this fight, and we've got more carriers, I think, than we have Goliaths right now, which is not a good sign. Let's take a look at the upgrades here. 2-1 and 2 attack for nOOB as well. Army coming in here on the ground. Army in the sky is looking unbeatable. These carriers going to come down here and start to target down tanks. He could target this command center as well. One right click on the command center should kill that in a matter of seconds. And look at that with the +2 on the carriers. My goodness, does that ever kill buildings quickly. Got a few more Goliaths here coming up from the side. How's our health? Okay, we lost 1 carrier, but the Goliath number is gone. There's no more Goliaths left. Looks like Taengu gonna have to tap out. GG is called, and that is our first map, guys. nOOB takes him down here on Jungle Story 2. The carrier switch looked very, very powerful on this map. The easy to take 3rd base on the high ground is very nice. And it's very hard to hold as the Terran player. So I like this map for the carrier switch. I felt like Taengu played a great game, especially in the early parts where he managed to kill off all of those goons that were harassing his bunker, but just not able to handle that carrier switch. An excellent counterattack by nOOB to cut off the Goliaths there, and he takes the first game. Let's go on into game number 2. All right, game number 2 is going to be on Champion. Let's take a look at this map. It's already looking pretty interesting. Not many bases in the middle of this, I feel. All right, we've got our pretty normal natural here. Neutral ground, natural with that extra little egg there. Can be killed to improve circulation. Mineral only third out in the front. High ground fourth here with the double ramp. It's already looking a bit like no, I'm not gonna compare anything just yet. Base up in the top right here with just a tiny little ramp. So it is a 2-player map, and starting out with a gas steal here, as you do on a 2-player map. Looks like a very far rush distance though. Look at this center. This center is huge. How long it takes for this SCV to cross. He looks tiny on this map. Oh, we can zoom all the way out. Look at that. Couple of ramps over here. Couple of ramps over here as well. Kind of a neutral ground base over on the center right. High ground center left. Another neutral base and another high ground over here. And that high ground in the bottom left-hand corner as well. So a lot of bases around this map. This is a pretty base-heavy 2-player map. A lot of gases as well. Only the 2 mineral onlys. And just so much ground here in the center. A lot of unbuildable terrain. I assume this is buildable, but I'm not sure. This should be buildable as well. But all these rocky areas are not buildable terrain. So, interesting, very, very interesting map. I see a ton of different, like, attack paths and, you know, counterattack options here. But also, like, areas that you could potentially cordon off and create a big, like a no-go zone. Like, maybe you can, as a Terran player, clump up this area with tanks, put some turrets in here, and take your third, and then just clump off this area with tanks, and then take your fourth as well. You just make like a line here, and then, you know, keep going southward, cut off this map. I'm not sure how it's gonna play out though. Let's take a look at the base for Taengu. Taking out this assimilator with 5 SCVs. This is always an interesting thing to me, is how many SCVs do you actually want to use to kill this assimilator? Some players use 4. Some players use 3, but a little earlier on. I'm not sure how the math works out, but looks like 4 going to be used here by Taengu. Wants to get that gas ASAP. He's got the command center finishing up here and gets into the main base. Sees the Zealot is popping out for nOOB, but the Nexus is already done, so I'm assuming this is the Nexus first. Sorry guys, I was paying attention to the map. This is the new World Star League, where we take a look at all these new maps and try to figure out what's the best way to play. And so far, of course, 2-player map, you're gonna steal the gas, you're gonna go Nexus first. It all makes sense here for nOOB, but how powerful is it going to be on this map? It almost feels like on this map, you're always going to be cross-map Nexus first. It's, I mean, going for the gasless, it makes sense. Against Nexus first, it's not too bad. It still is a little bit frustrating, but yeah, it's it's just going to be cross-map Nexus first every single game. 2 gateways here for nOOB. Is he gonna go ahead and throw down a robo? It's looking like it with the 200 gas in the bank. I don't think he's gonna try and, you know, go a really quick third. Yeah, robo's gonna come down here. What does Taengu do in this situation? Again with the double factory. I think you're just gonna push out here. Like, this is such a long map. It is so far. The distance is crazy. And there's so many different counterattack paths. Like, if a Terran push is coming, you can come around the sides of it so easily. I don't think you can really push here. as Taengu. Like, it's gonna be so hard. At least until he gets 4 bases, it's gonna be incredibly difficult. So I'm looking for Taengu to take this base here, and then this base on high ground over on the left-hand side. And if that's not viable, maybe you can take this base in the top right. I don't know though. That's a very long distance away from your main and natural. So keeping it tight here, you know, you can set up turrets and stuff. If you have this base and this base, you basically got a full ring around your main, right? All of this is going to be defended positions with turrets all along these edges, and hopefully the Protoss won't be able to get in with an Arbiter or, you know, a bunch of shuttles, although they usually tend to be able to do that anyway. Just building enough shuttles should be able to get you in there. Now running in here, nOOB gonna go ahead and gun down a couple of these SCVs, targeting 3 SCVs. Loses a Zealot only. That was a really good play by nOOB. Very, very well considered here. Just running in, getting that damage, and getting back out, not losing a single goon. He forced the tanks away because they didn't want to be gunned down by these 5 goons. 5 goons can 2-shot a tank. This one is fresh. He just showed up. But there were 6 goons. 6 goons there. They can still 2-shot a tank. You need 8 goons in order to 1-shot a tank. So there's nothing here in the wall though. Oh my goodness. What am I looking at right now? If Taengu came into this natural, he could kill so many probes. He's just laying down mines all around. Oh my god, missing a huge opportunity here. He's gonna start to push out and force these Dragoons back. I think they're gonna walk into mines, actually. This could be a really big play for Taengu, forcing this. Yeah, he's gonna eat this huge mine. Another big one. Oh my god. That was a massive, massive mine coming into the natural. Pylon gets thrown down, but it's actually not blocking, so he can kill a bunch of probes here. And this army making its way towards the natural is fearsome. I don't know if nOOB can hold on against this. He got a little bit too frisky with the goons here in the early game, and trying to deal like critical damage with them. Ends up getting forced back and walks directly into mines. The Reaver is out now and can chip away at this. Do we have a Zealot in here? Yeah, we do have a Zealot in here as well, so he can Zealot bomb this. But we've got SCVs here. We've got turrets coming up now. Tanks are setting up all right next to the natural. Rally's just coming straight across the map here. A nice 5-factory push out of Taengu. This mine not going to connect here. There's the Reaver dropping down. Reaver dropping in a very nice position. Actually not able to finish this off. He's going to get one more shot on this tank, but the tank survives with just a couple of HP. 2 HP on that. Gonna pick off this one tank, but more and more going down here. There's still that Reaver left alive with just 9 health, has 9 kills now as well. But Taengu's push has not ended just yet. Another few Reaver, or a few more Zealots gonna pop out here and start to drop on top of these tanks. Taengu's still trying to make this work. Shoving forward a little bit by little bit. Gonna try to get a turret here in the front if he can. Zealot drops on top of this. What? GG? What happened? Am I missing something? He taps out. What the? Alright, I am confused, man. We still had... Oh, did he lose a Did he lose a shuttle? Did he lose a Reaver? No, he had a shuttle. He filled it up with 4 Zealots, and then I guess he dropped out too and picked up the shuttle, or picked up the Reaver again. I am so confused. What happened? Still a lot of minerals in the bank. Maybe he lost too many pylons, wasn't able to... I still got some room to produce. He's behind in supply. There's still the rallies coming across the map here. There's only 3 tanks. Just 3 tanks. We've still got the Reaver left alive. I don't know. I feel like that was a very early tap out, but I guess we're going to go to our next game here. Taengu manages to take game number 2. So tying up the series, going on to our final game. It's going to be on Sandstorm, and it's coming right up. All right, game number 3 here on Sandstorm. Let's take a quick look at this map. If you've been following me on my channel for a while, you'll know exactly what map this is. You've seen it before on the channel here. We've got basically a Blue Storm remake with the high grounds across this narrow valley here in the middle. A couple of bridges here, but it's been balanced for the new era of Starcraft. We've got a much smaller choke in the natural on either side, so we can do some walling off tactics. High ground here with this base. Instead of having the minerals up here, they're down in the bottom, so we can defend a little bit better against attacks from this high ground. Mineral only here. There is this position above, so you really have to control the high ground here. This is the most important part of the map. It's the biggest feature here, and you have to control it in order to get this base, the mineral only. And then of course you have to have this base in the top left, and it's a little different than on Blue Storm because you only have a very small choke here and a very small choke here. So you can put some buildings in these areas and really clog up this area, make a nice defensive position to hold off any harassment. So we're getting into this game. We've got Taengu here in the top right. Looks like possibly going for another gases fast expand here. That's definitely what it's looking like. SCV heading across the map. One thing to mention is that recently there was before a mineral patch on these ramps, which would make it so that only small units could pass across this, but they removed this in the most recent updated version of this map, and that makes it so yeah, anything can go across there. Not sure how that's going to change the balance, but feels like things like Dragoon attacks are going to make it over to your opponent's base a lot faster. If you're trying to attack a bunker, say right here, you can send the Dragoon rallies over and get them set up so they can start hitting the bunker a lot quicker. If there is a tank push, you don't have to go all the way around and then up here and then around here. You can just quickly push the tanks through the middle and try to attack your opponent. So with that big balance patch in mind, take a look at how these players want to play this out. Early range here, going straight up into range, and it's looking like exactly what I was talking about. nOOB is going to get his Dragoons across the map as soon as possible to start hitting at this bunker. I like what Taengu's doing, which is placing the bunker quite a bit farther forward so you can't cross this bridge without taking a bunch of damage from that bunker. So it might be necessary for nOOB to send his Dragoons across his own bridge and then around here to get them into a better position to hit this bunker. So just delaying that a little bit to make it just a tiny bit harder for the Protoss player to force out additional repair costs from the Terran player. So first factory's on the way. Are we going to have a second factory? It's looking like another factory popping up here. Taengu not changing up his play. He's very confident with this style. I feel like the style of going for gases fast expand has been very, very popular on the ladder recently. It seems like the way to go for a lot of these Terran players as of late. Tank is going to be coming up here. Engineering bay on the way as well. We've got a robot coming out here soon, and nOOB just forcing out this repair bill, sending more Dragoons across the map. He's not going to be able to get 2 Dragoons here, I don't think, to hit this. I don't think he can stand one right there. If he can, that's going to be really difficult to do. It's going to take a lot of like adjusting and stuff. So he's going to move all the way around, brings it up to the right hand side here, and it's going to get that 3rd Dragoon. But 3 SCVs repairs at the same rate as the Dragoons deal damage, actually a little bit faster. So we'll be able to keep that alive, at least for now. Third base on the way here for nOOB. So after the initial Dragoon pressure, going to be quickly switching things up into more macro-oriented play. Tank gonna push away that goon on the left side first, and that's part of the problem with having your goons split like this, is that you can't just dive on the tank easily with a bunch of goons on the right hand side and a bunch of goons on the left. Now gonna take some more damage here from that tank. Has to be careful though, you don't want to get 3 volleyed by those goons. It does take 3 volleys with 3 Dragoons, so not as scary, but still it is a bit worrisome. You don't want to be pushing out too heavily with that. And we haven't seen too many goons being produced here for nOOB for quite some time. He's just stuck on 3 goons for a little while now. 3 tank pushes coming here with 3 Marines as well. This is a really good spot to push from. If you can get up onto this high ground, and especially if you have siege mode, which is on the way here, set up on this high ground, start to push down. You can't actually build turrets here, so the Reaver is going to be very, very annoying, but with the 3 Marines, it is doable. You can make it happen if you're very careful with your push. And it looks like he's just revealed to nOOB where his army is. There's only 3 goons here. Gonna go after that shuttle. Oh my god, the greatest Scarab hit that you could possibly hope for on these tanks, getting 2 of them extremely low, and this has been completely held here. That was just one great Scarab hit can absolutely turn the tides. So gonna get in here with the Vulture, start to lay down some mines, and actually Taengu gonna continue with this push here. He's gonna try and draw some of these goons into the main, and then push forward while the goons are clearing things out over in that position, healing up some of these tanks, repairing some of these tanks. He's gonna get some mines here at the front as well. Going after the probes now would be a great idea. We've got 1 goon here in the shuttle. Oh, I'm so shocked he's not going after the probes here. He's trying to use the Vultures to help him clear out this Reaver, and actually the Reaver went down in that. So I don't know, nOOB maybe gonna be falling apart here. He's losing the 3rd Nexus. He's got quite a lot of goons, but not enough to push through. He's loading up some Zealots now. Zealots will help out a ton. We don't have a single turret here as of yet, but this is a lot of mines, and 1 tank hitting this Nexus. Oh, nice job killing off a huge amount of mines with that one. Oh, Reaver pops out, gets the 1 shot off. Looks like it did take some damage, but it will get another hit with this Scarab and picks off that tank. nOOB just barely managing to cleave through this push and clear it out. Very, very well done. And he saved all these probes. I'm so shocked that Taengu didn't kill these probes over here, man. All those probes in that corner could have been taken down. The Nexus survived, though. And we've still got this 2nd Reaver out here to protect against any further harassment. Really beautiful clear there from nOOB. The original attack, though, from Taengu, clumping up those tanks earlier on and eating that fat Scarab hit was a little bit rough. It slowed down his attack so much. He almost made it work, though, with the Vultures running by here into the main, causing a distraction and allowing him to set up a good position out in front of this Nexus. But I digress, guys. That push has been held. This game will continue on. 5 factory coming here for Taengu. +1 upgrade is about halfway done. We'll see a starport coming down here shortly so that upgrade wave can continue. More Vultures coming across the map here, but we've got plenty of defenses. And of course the pylon wall as well to shut that down. Taengu looking to take his 3rd base here on location at the mineral only and push out from there. More supply depots coming up here in the main. Oh, run by here into the natural, getting a few more probes. We've got quite a few kills on these. Getting one more last probe. Nicely done. Dropping down the probe count, kind of evening out that worker count a little bit here. Well done by him. We don't have any comm stats here for Taengu, which is a little bit funny. There we go. Comm stats on the way now. This army moving out on the map, but this is quite a few tanks. You cannot be moving out with just 4 dragoons, because Taengu will punish you. He's going to throw down some mines behind this, and pushing forward with the tanks here, we'll be able to finish off quite a few of these goons. Tanks now setting up here on the high ground. Taking this high ground is a very big deal. You do not want to allow the Terran to hold this ground above your bases here. They're going to be backing off, though, as these goons make their way around the right-hand side. Could potentially stop this command center from building by killing off this SCV over here, and it looks like they will do so. But kind of sacrificial units on this side right now. Taengu will be able to clean that up without too much issue. Vulture's going to come up here and block this. Hopefully he doesn't eat this mine damage with his vultures. Oh, that was close. That mine almost connected and killed off like 4 or 5 vultures. Double Reaver drop here into the main, though, at the same time. Oh my god, so many kills. So many kills here, my man. Oh god, that was bad. That was really, really not good. I think we lost like 15 to 20 SCVs there. Looks like the Reaver shuttle is going to go down. But this army making its way across these bridges is kind of hilarious. Getting caught. Half of the army, though, of Taengu on the right-hand side of the bridge. The other half here on the left. I think nOOB's going to clean this easily. Dropping some zealots on top of this. The zealot's going to come across the bridge now. These goons need to come up here and deal with these tanks, actually, because what's over here on the left side should be able to deal with what's over in front of the natural. Really wants to clean that up, though, too. Some probes do go down. We're down to 40 probes, but man, oh man, have a lot of SCVs gone down in the main. Finally, we got a Wraith out here to clear this out, but good god, that's done a ton of damage. Down to just 30 workers. Still pushing forward here is Taengu, kind of ignoring this, just letting the Wraith take care of it. But I mean, if nOOB was on the game right now, if he was on the ball, he would just go ahead and kill this armory. I feel that armory would be a great target right now. The Reavers do go down. Killed a few more supply depots as well. This is getting becoming a pretty scrappy game, with both players trying to get up bases but being denied, slowed down in multiple ways. I think that push from Taengu was really ill-conceived, trying to push across this bridge and getting half of his army wiped before the attack even started. That is not a good look. You'd much rather push up and just fight the army here on the high ground and try to take it from this direction, or even go all the way around. Try to get up here would have been a reasonable solution, but it is what it is. He tried it. Didn't work out the best. Now with 3 shuttles out here on the map, nOOB gonna be taking down oh, actually coming up here to stop this Nexus from going down. Wait a second, this Nexus getting pretty low. Zealot's being dropped out here. He sees all of the shuttles, so he knows that there's a potential for a big shuttle drop into the main base here coming up soon. But all the vultures have been cleaned and the Nexus is saved. So nOOB gonna be on 4 base here pretty soon, which is good because we've already got 3 base mining for Taengu, and his SCV count has been growing back up to a reasonable number. We're at 42 workers once again. So his army is going to be big. Where is the 4th base, though, from Taengu? Where can he take it? I guess the bottom right? Probably going to be the only option here. But with the number of shuttles that are out right now, I think that any position like that could be broken by nOOB. Picking up a Reaver once again. Continuing with this Reaver play. I love it. It's very Snow-esque to keep the Reavers going the whole time. Some Wraiths over here in the top right. good idea by Taengu to continue to build wraiths because there are so many shuttles out. If you can just catch the shuttles one time and pick off a couple of them, you can put yourself into a really good position. Scans going down here. Not sure where that was, but probably just checking out the army positioning. I don't think he knows about these shuttles moving around the top side, but he's got wraiths in position, ready to fight. +2 is going to be coming up here. +2 is on the way. These shuttles moving around the top side. Gonna be heading in towards this natural here, maybe in towards the main, but the wraiths are right there. They're in the perfect position to catch this, and he is gonna catch this, immediately gunning down some of these shuttles, it looks like. Zealot's gonna be dropped here into the main base. Double Reaver gonna be unleashed here on these SCVs, but look at this. Immediately, with the wraiths shoving this back, he's gonna be able to kill this Reaver. The armory may end up going down, and +2 could be denied. Needs to go after the shuttles here. More vultures and tanks need to be brought back as well. The armory is going to be lost. He cancels the upgrade preemptively here, realizing that that's going to go down. SCV building the factory ends up dying. He's trying to go after the science facility, but of course it can just lift. Finally kills off that Reaver. Some Dragoons pushing forward here, using that time where Terran was distracted to gain a better position here on the map, clearing out some mines now. But that was reasonably well held. I like that from Taengu. He had the wraiths in the perfect position. He didn't manage to stop the shuttles from getting into his base, but he cleaned it up relatively well. Didn't lose so many SCVs this time, and his tank count is looking pretty good. He is pretty far behind in terms of his supply. This is a huge army from nOOB moving forward. I don't think he can take this position though. This is a pretty tight, I mean, it's a very big ramp, but when all your units are coming down this one ramp and there's so many mines, vultures, and tanks here, you really can't afford to push through down this ramp here. And nOOB not gonna try and do it. He's maxed out. He's going for Arbiter. He's getting another base here in the top left, right outside the main base of the Terran. You can't push that one though. That is so hard to push to get all the way around here. You kind of have to go for maybe a drop or something to shut this down, but it's probably not going to happen either. Probes being transferred around the map. We've got another base here with the mineral only being taken for nOOB. So nOOB just taking huge liberties on the map, grabbing a ton of bases, getting into all the tech. Arbiters coming up. We've got Stasis Field. We've got Kaidarin. I don't know how you say that word. Amulet is on the way. It's going to give it some extra energy to these Templar, which are growing in number. Plenty of storms are going to be coming out. And we've got Taengu now at a pushable supply. He could start to push now. Looks like he's probably going to take his fourth as he starts to push out, which is a very good strategy. But I'm not sure if it's going to come in time here. The shuttle's dropping some Zealots and Dragoons into the main base, being annoying, forcing Vultures back here to assist. His Vultures having a really hard time getting past the all these supply depots and whatnot. The two wraiths go down here. That's very, very annoying. With the wraiths dying, more and more units getting dropped in here. Vultures are really all that Taengu has to deal with this, so they're not going to trade very well against the Dragoons. But maybe he can get some more mines here in the front, try to drop those mines right in front of these goons, and he is going to get one mine connection, which will hold this attack. So annoying stuff here for Taengu. He lost quite a bit of supply. I would say like 20 supply went down there, and quite a bit of supply went down for nOOB as well, but it's just delaying really Taengu. It's forcing him to pay attention to things that, you know, he doesn't really want to pay attention to right now. You'd rather be getting this base. He'd rather be pushing forward, and here he comes, pushing his army forward here a lot. of tanks stacked up right now, and the siege was pretty late. Storm's gonna blanket this army. Oh my god. Those storms are insane. Holy crap, that was just complete domination in that attack. And dropping down to 90 supply. Oh man. You hate to see it there. Taengu shoving forward a little bit too cavalier. Ending up getting completely stormed down to the ground. And now his high ground, like I said, guys, you have to control this high ground. You cannot take this base without holding your high ground here. And really, that's what the push forward should have been about, was pushing up and taking this high ground. That is the main priority. But it seemed like Taengu really wanted to run forward, siege up in a forward position, and take out as much of the armies he could of the Protoss army. But it backfired massively with those storms. Still, they have storms down here. nOOB still has storms ready to go. Some probes being transferred up here to the top center. We've got that area all cannoned up as well, and Taengu is limping in this game. He is having such a hard time getting his upgrades, man. He's been denied over and over again, finally in 2-2. But he's been constantly harassed throughout this game. Another storm drop gonna come down here. One more storm kills a bunch more workers. Another base down here at the bottom, though. Taengu managed to slip this base out. I don't think nOOB knows about this. Otherwise, I really think he would be attacking into that area. There's really nothing down here to defend this. So Taengu just hoping and praying that he can make a comeback here by holding this base, and nOOB not knowing about it for a little while. We've got tanks here. He needs to spread out his tanks a lot better as well. Zealots are going to be dropped on top, and to clear out quite a few of these before the fight even starts. We've got an Arbiter with enough energy for almost 2. Oh, the EMP goes down, removing the energy from that high energy Arbiter. But looks like this high ground will be taken back by nOOB. nOOB gonna snag this area, and with that he can start to deny the SCVs up here once again. Very, very frustrating for Taengu. He's not going to send the SCVs to the bottom right, not going to reveal that he has that base. That base is really the one thing kind of keeping him in this game right now, that base in the bottom right hand corner. But nOOB's still not knowing about that. He's gonna force this third CC back, and he's just gonna be satisfied with that. Okay, you've got no, or fourth CC, excuse me. You've got no fourth base. Your third is probably about to mine out. He's gonna be happy with the position here, and falling back is gonna be his best option. Except he doesn't know about this base. Otherwise, he would have come down here and shut this down a long time ago. Taengu hanging in there, albeit barely, sending some vultures around the map. nOOB not really mineral smoothing the best. He could probably send some of these SCVs or some of these probes to some of these other bases that he's taken. But it's fine. Oh no, he lost it. That's a bummer. It's like this base has been spotted. Taengu, I'm sorry, buddy. Was not meant to be. Forcing the SCVs away here. Gonna be losing this command center as well. Oh no, command center going down. Ouch. That is painful. Well, this game is pretty well over. Not really too much more to say about it, guys. This has been a fun little series here. I've enjoyed it. I like checking out the new maps. It's really interesting to me. And so I'm very interested in this New World Star League. Guys, if you are interested in seeing more from this tournament, definitely go and check out Zero's channel. It's going to be on, the English broadcast will be on his channel. I'll put the link in the description below. I've contacted Minerals about doing some more casting for this tournament, maybe getting in on that broadcast, but I haven't really heard too much back from him on that front. Need to contact Zero probably. If you guys want to see me cast these games, head over to Zero's channel. Let him know, man. Maybe we can make him take notice if we've got some of you guys over there requesting me. Could help my case. That's only if you want to see more games like this, guys. And as I said before, the lineup is going to be insane. It's not just going to be nOOB and Taengu. We've got players like Light. We've got, you know, all of the big pro players. I'll throw that up on screen one more time at the end of this game. And it seems like we've just about come to the end here. Some storms are going to be thrown down on high ground. We've got arbiters. Oh my god, that's stasis. Okay, the storm doesn't work when you have stasis on the units, right, nOOB? But still, that's okay. He's got so much money right now to work with. He's got these 2 bases on opposite side of the map. He has so many gateways here to pump out his units. And Taengu, I mean, he's still got this base, but he is completely mined out everywhere else. He's gonna float into the command center down here towards the bottom right. Maybe I counted him out a little bit too soon, but look at the bank right now, guys. Look at how much minerals and gas we've got. That is crazy. I mean, is there any chance that Taengu can win this? Maybe. I mean, in my mind, there's no way you win this, but I'm not a great Terran player by any stretch of the imagination. I don't even know what's possible in this matchup, if I'm being honest. I feel like this is just a dead Terran, though. He's gonna come down and try to take this 4th. He's at 100 supply. He has this high ground with tanks spread. And nOOB is doing some weird things, like he's completely switched into Arbiter. He's trying to push in with kind of small groups of units. And we have EMP, so, you know, if he removes the ability of these Arbiters to do anything, and he has good positioning with the tanks, he can mine from this base. But is there any way you can win a game where, as Terran, you only mine from these 5 bases and you allow the Protoss to mine the entire rest of the map? I don't know, man. I feel like if I'm a nOOB right now, I drop 4 starports or stargates here and a fleet beacon and just go carrier. Because there's no way Tengu's gonna be able to push against your army, and if you've got carriers behind this, eventually you're just gonna win because you're gonna get so cost efficient. Looks like he's gonna attack into the natural here. This looks to me like the finishing blow. The EMP does go down. I mean, we only get a little bit of okay, that Arbiter's flying in and dying. We only get a tiny bit of a stasis there. Very small stasis. He throws down another EMP on this. Okay, we didn't need that, but it's fine. A lot of army coming back here for Taengu. Coming back from the front line. He's leaving some stuff out here on the map to defend, which is good, but he needs to send back basically everything in order to save this. Another EMP goes down. A science vessel goes down here. Some of these tanks are actually cutting off the reinforcements coming into the main, but there's so many goons, and even an Archon here in the main killing a lot of tanks, killing a lot of these reinforcing units. Taengu is suffering right now, trying to clear this out. He's going to lift some of his buildings, but losing a command center right now means that he's going to lose one of these comsats. He's going to lose another science vessel. No, science vessel does manage to stay alive. That's so important. Keeping those science vessels alive at this point is huge. Army making its way down here towards the bottom right. Hopefully Taengu left enough army down here to hold on just a little bit longer. Some zealots gonna make their way down here. Nice EMP there, but he loses the science vessel. Army's still up here in the top right, being super annoying. Zealots are gonna get on top of these tanks and Goliaths, forcing the SCVs away one more time. That's got to be it, right, guys? We've got some more tanks and vultures coming down here. Command center is being damaged right now. Noob with 10,000 minerals in the bank, by the way. 10,000 minerals. What are we doing? Oh my goodness. Taengu gonna come down here, try to clear this out. Looks like he should be able to do it. Still doesn't have 3-3 though, as you can see. Oh no, 3-3 is done. All right. I thought he was stuck on 2-2 and wasn't gonna be able to afford a 3-3 the upgrade there, but he did manage to bump that out. 29 SCVs right now. Just enough to mine here on that base. Not bad, not bad. We've still got something going right now for Taengu, but he's lost his high ground. And once again, you cannot have this base if you don't control your own high ground. There's no storms in this army, so actually he's not going to be able to do much with that. Noob just running into mines and getting blown up. A lot of these zealots end up going down, taking some serious damage on that arbiter as well. I think that Noob just gonna go for the throat one more time. Maybe go ahead and just try to kill the natural. But we've got tanks on this side of the wall, which is very, very strong. Having tanks over here is really, really difficult to break through. As a Protoss player, if you're trying to get through this tiny little gap and there's tanks hitting you, what are you really supposed to do? Gonna rotate one more time over here towards the fourth base. And coming in with the potential for recall. No, he doesn't have it quite yet. He's gonna go ahead and throw down a stasis instead on some of these tanks. Bunch of Templar are gonna come up here, killing off these tanks on high ground. Didn't have the vision there for a moment. Now gonna throw down a couple of storms. A good EMP there, but there's only one tank left. And that's it. Tank is dead. There's two tanks over here. What have we got in the main? Just a few units moving out and nearly 200 supply for Noob. There's that last storm to clean up the remainder of the SCVs. Zealots gonna make their way into this attack as well. And man, if this is not a fantasy GG timing, I don't even know what that is. There we go. GG. Taengu taps out. And Noob is victorious in this series. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. I think that last game was a bit drawn out, but it's okay. You're welcome to stay in for as long as you want. I am not complaining. I'm looking forward to seeing some of these other new maps once again. I'm really excited about Jungle Story. Champion, oh man, that is a crazy map for TVP. Shocking that Taengu managed to take him down on that one. I feel like the Gas Steel Nexus first is incredibly strong there. And if Noob hadn't lost his Dragoons retreating into mines, it would have been a much different story. But you know, he managed to get a win. Taengu took him down. You can see that there is a bit of a discrepancy, I think, between the skill of these two players. I definitely think Noob showing much better play here, but still giving us a good showcase of these maps. Sandstorm is a great map. There are those three normal maps as well in the pool. I think it's like Polypoid, if I remember correctly, Vermeer and Retro are going to be those extra maps, guys. So make sure to check that out. All the links are in the description. Guys, this has been your daily dose of Broodwar. I'll see you tomorrow.